Body Upgrade Guide, 5 Simple Steps. If you've ever felt stuck in your fitness journey, listen up. This will change your perspective. I'm going to give you 5 simple steps and we're going to break them down: training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. So first things first, doing a volume check. First things first, I feel is real important is to have a clear, specific goal. So let's do a little goal setting exercise right now. If you could wave a realistic magic wand and you could have your body, your health, your energy, any kind of way you want it to be between now and say a year from now, what would that be like for you? And consider getting clear and specific with a specific body weight and a body fat percent. Now, once you got that, let's set it up into an affirmation / prayer. So you have your body weight and your body fat percent goal. And here's the affirmation / prayer. I am happy and grateful now that I am at then your body weight and your body fat percent. I'll use myself as an example. I am happy and grateful now that I am at least 190 pounds and at or below 10% body fat. Now you can put yourself into the equation, write it down, internalize it, memorize it, and say it every day in the present tense to really internalize your goals. Let's break down the 5 simple steps: training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. Let's look at training. When it comes to training, I feel like there's basically 2 main components of a training I want you to consider: strength training and cardiovascular training. Now imagine for a moment we have a twin engine airplane. We have 2 engines on the airplane. On one engine is strength training, and on the other engine is cardiovascular training. That's both engines. So obviously, if we have a twin engine airplane, we want to have both engines going strong on the airplane, not lacking one or the other. A lot of times I found some people favor one over the other. I'm asking you to consider having both optimized into your program, cardio and strength. Now, what makes up a quality strength training program? I feel like there are basically 5 components of a good strength training program: proper form, variety, intensity, proper training principles, and consistency. Those are what makes up a good training program: proper form, variety, intensity, proper training principles, and consistency. Let's look at proper form. Why would it be important to be sure to be doing proper form while you're exercising? What's the benefit? What's the two big reasons to think of? Consider that proper form is important to optimize your time and energy. So you're working the correct muscles. You're optimizing your time and energy. And then the other reason is so that we don't get hurt. If you do a lot of exercises incorrectly, you run the risk of an injury, and that'll really set you back. So consider studying proper form, mastering it, studying, learning it, watching it. Just going at it with a childlike enthusiasm and learning the best you can and mastering proper form. Let's look at variety. Why would it be important to have variety into a training program? What's the main benefits of variety? Well, there's two reasons I feel to consider. One is so that we don't mentally get bored. Sometimes you can mentally get tired of just doing the same thing over and over again. I see it a lot. And then also two, but I feel is the most important reason, is that our bodies physically get bored. Have you ever heard of a plateau? Well, plateau is where you get stuck and doing the same exercises, the same rep patterns, the same rest intervals, the same kind of theme of your workouts over and over again. Your body will adapt and eventually plateau. And to avoid that, consider adding variety. So we talked about proper form, variety. Now let's look at intensity. What comes to mind when you think about the power and the principle of using intensity when training? What's the importance of that? Well, say for example, let's say we're doing chest presses and we're going for 12 repetitions. Okay, we're going for 12. You're giving 8, 9, 10, it's getting hard. 11, 12. Ugh, we barely get that 12th one, but we got it. What's the most beneficial part of that set? The first few reps or the last few reps? Think about it. Well, it'd be the last few, right? And why would it be the last few? Because that's where the breakdown occurs. That's where you're breaking down that muscle tissue, and that's what's going to make you stronger. So when you work out in the gym, when you're stressing yourself with the gym, it's going to cause your muscles to be stressed and to grow back bigger through rest and nutrition. So what's the fourth training principle? Let's look at, there's proper form, variety, intensity. Then there's proper training principles. There are several different training principles to consider. Things like compound sets, supersets, drop sets, up and down the rack, 21s. There's lots of them. And consider sprinkling them in through your workout routine, because that's part of variety too, and changing it up. But there's different principles you can use that can really shape your workout. So consider using proper training principles in your program. Then let's look at the fifth training principle, is consistency. Now, what do you think about the power of consistency in your training program and why that is important? Why is that so important? Well, I know it might seem kind of obvious, but let's think about it for a minute. Imagine you have you, and so you have a twin of you, and you're both starting off with the same intentional goal, but you follow through on your training program, you follow through on your nutrition program, your sleep, your recovery, but the other person starts off that way, but then doesn't follow through as much. At the end of the year, who is going to have the best results? Would be the consistent version of yourself. So consider, when it comes to your strength training program, consider lining up what you're going to do, commit to it, and then follow through and be consistent. The power of consistency is what's going to help you over the long term. So let's just summarize the 5 training principles: proper form, variety, intensity, proper training principles, and consistency. Those are the 5 training principles. That's what's going to make up a good training program. So consider those. Now let's look at nutrition. Imagine for a moment that we're trying to build your beautiful dream home, and we're in your nice big dream home house. Now imagine though, you only have half of the materials necessary to build the house. How far are you going to get? About part of the way, right? So the foods that you and I eat on a daily basis, the foods that we all eat, are the supplies that goes towards building our body, just like the supplies necessary to build the house. So what do I recommend to consider for nutrition? a whole food, plant-based diet based on approximately 50% fruits and vegetables, 25% whole grains, and 25% plant-based proteins like legumes, lentils, nuts, and seeds. And let's dig a little bit deeper into nutrition. There are basically 4 different ways I feel that nutrition affects our bodies: our metabolism, our energy levels, our insulin levels, and our insulin levels and our blood sugar levels. So metabolism, energy, blood sugar, insulin are affected by the food intake. Now imagine for a moment that we want to have a fireplace, and we're trying to get a fire start going all day long in the fireplace. And on one hand, we have a stack of oak wood, and on the other hand, we have a stack of paper. And not including kindling and getting the fire started, but if you had to choose between the oak wood or the paper to burn in your fireplace, which one would you pick and why? Well, most people would pick the oak wood because it's dense. It's going to burn longer, slower, longer throughout the day, versus paper is going to be very inefficient. If you want to dig a little bit further into nutrition, consider watching The Game Changers. It's on Netflix and YouTube. It's done very well. The guy behind it was an MMA fighter who did this research while he was out on an injury, and just did all this science-based research. And they break down why this style of eating is very, very good for you. So consider watching The Game Changers. The Game Changers is on Netflix, but it's also on YouTube. Now let's look at recovery. Over the last few years, I've had the honor of training 3 different neurologists. One's a neuroradiologist, and I've done lots of research and come to the conclusion what I recommend for myself and for the people that's looking for information on this is 7.5 to 9 hours sleep a night is a good range, with about 2 hours of deep sleep and 2 hours of REM. Now, how do we get good sleep? A few things you can consider doing is 1, set established sleep times. Every night, ideally, go to sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time, plug in the amount of sleep that works for you. And then what you can do is another thing is you can not eat at least 2 hours before bedtime. When we eat, our metabolism gets increased, our body temperature rises. You want to have a nice cool body temperature going into sleep. That's going to be helpful. And then also too, as it gets nighttime, dim the lights, cut back on the blue lights like laptops, TVs, phones, stuff like that. And then also too, keep your circadian rhythms going. Get up early in the morning, have natural light, and then that way your body is set on a nice natural rhythm. Let's look at supplementation. I feel there are basically 2 basic categories of supplementation: nutritional supplementation and enhancement performance supplementation. Nutritional supplementation is like a meal shake or a protein shake or anything like that. I have some good examples of that. Here's a good one right here, which is a organic protein. It's got all kind of good stuff. 1 scoop is 1 scoop. 2 scoops is 21 grams of protein. So consider nutritional supplementation. Then there is enhancement performance supplementation. A good example of that would be something like this. True Athlete. It is called Cree Alkaline. I don't have any referral affiliates for these yet, but this is an example of an strength enhancing supplement. Now let's look at finally the fifth step, the mindset. So we have training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. With the mindset is so important. That's why at the beginning of this lesson, I asked you to have a specific, clear, specific goal. And then we wrapped it up with an affirmation / prayer. I am happy and grateful now that I am. Then you state your body weight and your body fat percent goal. Mindset is so important. Another way to look at mindset is imagine for a moment that we're trying to build a big building. And you know those big construction machines with the big crane and you got the person at the box? Well, our mindset, your mindset is like that person in the box pulling the levers. Our mind controls our body, not the other way around. So when it comes time to do your exercise and eating healthy and getting your sleep, your mind tells your body what to do, not the other way around. Another way to look at mindset is imagine for a moment that we're in the ocean. And if you've ever been in the ocean, you know the tide or the current or the rip tide kind of carries you along the way, right? But going into being more fit and healthier and daily training and eating and sleeping and supplementing and mindset every day, working on that is like going against that resistance. And we all feel the resistance. Champions feel it, athletes feel it. But that's the thing is the discipline, the daily activities will help you cut through that resistance. So you're trying to swim against resistance. But when you're consistent with training, nutrition, recovery, your supplementation, your mindset, then you're going to cut through that resistance and get to the result that's so good for you. Let's address discipline and regret. I had a mentor of mine that said, discipline weighs ounces and regret weighs tons. Now think about it in the fitness world. What's disciplined lifestyle versus what's a regretful lifestyle? A regretful lifestyle is when you get to the end of your life or later in life, 60s, 70s, 80s, and you've lived a life of neglect, you're going to have all kinds of issues, health issues, heart disease, strokes, all kind of uncomfortable being overweight all the time and sexual dysfunction. And that's the regret. And then there's the discipline. But if you have that discipline lifestyle, ideally you follow through and then you have that discipline lifestyle, you're going to have the benefit of being healthy and fit and high energy and living your best life. Let's address the free app. Right now we have a free app available on Android or Apple. You can go to the store, search Workouts for All, Workouts for All. You'll see this logo. You can download it, set up a free account. You can have it already has workout plans in there. I'm adding to them weekly. Have resources, nutritional resources, the top motivational videos, that the short clips that got the best, the most value. A lot of that, all that is free on the website. All you have to do is go to your Apple or Android store, search for Workouts, the number 4, all. You'll see this logo. You can download it, set up a free account. Have you considered premium fitness coaching? Well, what that is basically premium fitness coaching is where I'll set you up a workout plan, custom workout plan, custom nutrition plan, and hold you accountable. Put your workout in the app or in email. That way you know exactly what to do. And then we have interaction. We can text each other and we just make sure that I walk with you hand in hand, getting you through that process. If you're interested in finding out about that, consider texting me the word FIT to 520-400-9573 or fill out any of the forms on the website or anywhere and set up for a consultation so we can go over that for you. So just wrapping it up, body upgrade guide. We're going to have you to set a clear, specific goal. And then once you have your body weight and specific body fat percent goal, wrap it up in an affirmation / prayer. I am happy and grateful now that I am, at least. Then say your body weight and body fat percent. And then follow through with the 5 simple steps: training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. And when building out your training program, consider the 5 principles or fundamentals of a good training program: proper form, variety, intensity, proper training principles, and consistency. When it comes to nutrition, consider having a whole food, plant-based diet of about 50% fruits and vegetables, 25% whole grains, and 25% proteins like legumes, lentils, nuts, and seeds. Keep in mind of the 4 different ways that foods affect our body: our metabolism, our energy levels, our insulin levels, and our blood sugar levels. When it comes to your recovery, consider getting 7.5 to 9 hours sleep a night with 2 hours of REM, 2 hours of deep. To do that, you can be sure to set the same sleep times and wake up times every day, best you can. Do not eat at least 2 hours before sleep time. Minimize blue screens like laptops, TVs, phones. Keep your circadian rhythm going by having morning exposure to light. When it comes to supplementation, consider that there are basically nutritional supplementation like protein shakes, smoothies, stuff like that. And then there are enhancement performance supplements like creatine and many others. And then finally, the mindset. Consider having a strong mindset. Work on it daily. Say your affirmation / prayer every day in the present tense. I am happy and grateful now. I'm going to say mine for you. So I'll share with you how it sounds. And you just plug in your numbers. But I am happy and grateful now that I am at least 190 pounds and at or below 10% body fat. Feeling strong and healthy like a supple leopard. Thick brown hair, 20/20 vision, perfect teeth, supple skin. See how we create all this. We manifest it. We believe it. Sure, anything could happen to anybody, but go into it with belief and really believe that you believe and own that belief. Going forward, just to let you know, my goal with the live streams are usually, unless there's things come in between, but Tuesday, Thursday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring your questions, your friends, and if you can't make it, look out for the replay. And then there's going to be AI generated clips and reels from the best, most important parts. And then don't forget to download the app. It is for free. You can set up a free account. You can go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, search for Workouts for All, Workouts, the number 4, All. You'll see this logo, so you'll know that it's not a faker. And then you can download it for free. You got workout plans, diet resources, motivational content, and more. And if you're interested in premium fitness coaching, where I design a program specifically for you and hold you accountable to it, we have access to each other, and I walk with you hand in hand and make sure that you achieve that success. And it is more affordable than what you think. If you're interested in that, consider reaching out to me text me the word FIT to 520-400-9573, and then text me the word FIT. And I know you want to set up a consultation, and we'll set it up that way. Or you can go to any of the websites and fill out a consultation form. Be blessed. I'll see you next week. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate the support. And I'm here to support you. So bring your questions, bring your whatever it is that you're working on physically. I'll help you in any kind of way I can. I've been doing this for, I guess, over 40 years and helped. I have over 40,000 hours of personal fitness training. I've worked one-on-one with people. I have seen a lot of different situations. I'm sure I could assist you if you wanted my assistance. Be blessed. Remember that health is wealth. Without our health, what difference does it make, right? Our health is wealth. So keep that in mind. Be blessed. And God willing, I'll see you Tuesday.